All right, so today we're going to dive into a protocol built on a really simple but kind of profound metaphor. It's called mFLO, the protocol of light work. And it all kicks off with one single observation about how we, as humans, manage chaos. Just think about that for a second. Before traffic lights, every single intersection was a total free-for-all. This idea really sets the stage for a problem that feels ancient, but is actually something we are all living through right now in our digital lives. Sound familiar? Yeah, it should. And look, this isn't some history lesson about old-timey cars. This is the story of the internet. When you make any shared space, like a comment section or a social media feed, completely free to enter, you get the exact same result. The most reckless people dominate the conversation, and the thoughtful ones, well, they just leave. So you see, the real issue here isn't just a couple of trolls or bad actors. The problem is baked into the system itself. It's structural. We built this massive digital world full of these open intersections, thinking zero friction was the goal, and we accidentally created a system that rewards the absolute worst kinds of behavior. And when you put them side by side, the difference is just stark. An open, totally free system actually encourages aggression and just tanks any sense of trust. But a controlled one with just a tiny bit of engineered friction, it makes being reckless expensive. It builds trust right into the system, lets more people participate, and suddenly it's a space for everyone, not just the loudest person in the room. So what's the fix? Well, it turns out it's not about more rules or more policing. The solution, both back then and right now, is something way, way more elegant. It's just a simple signal. You know, the absolute genius of the traffic light was that it introduced this tiny, non-negotiable cost. A few seconds of your time that you can never get back. It's burned forever. And this didn't punish anyone. It just changed the game. Suddenly, you didn't have to trust the other driver's intentions. You just had to trust the signal. And just like that, the entire intersection became safer and, believe it or not, way more efficient. And honestly, you can't really argue with that. This one simple thing, it's what allowed our modern cities to even exist. It's a way to scale trust that just blows personal reputation out of the water. Okay, so how in the world do you build that for the internet? Well, that's exactly where mFLO comes in. It's designed from the ground up to be the digital traffic light for all of our online intersections. Let's dig into how it actually works. The whole thing starts with this core idea called a burn. Instead of waiting, you make a tiny, irreversible offering of a token. Now, this isn't a payment to anyone. It's just proof. Proof that you're a real person who's present and willing to stop at the light before you jump into the conversation. But wait, where does that offering go? Who gets paid? And the answer is nobody. It goes to a place called the fountain, which is basically a permanent dead-end address on the blockchain. The tokens don't go to developers or other users, they're just gone. And this is so crucial. It means the system is non-extractive. It's all about proving participation, not about payment. The magic behind all this is a pattern they call the quest key gate. In simple terms, the way you make that burn, the precision of it, actually forges a unique cryptographic key for that specific action. This is how you prove it's you, without ever needing username or password. It's pretty cool. And this is where things get really interesting, because it completely flips the script on what we consider valuable online. The mFLO system could not care less about how big your wallet is or how many tokens you have. What it rewards is the precision of your action, your consistency over time, and the quality of your contributions. It's a whole philosophy of what they call record over capital. Okay, so you've built the digital traffic lights. Now what? What kind of city can you actually build on this new foundation? Let's take a quick tour of the experiments that are already up and running on Flow. If you're a writer or a creator, imagine having forums where the best content actually rises to the top based on proven, thoughtful participation, not just who can shout the loudest. Or even getting a direct message and knowing that person was willing to stop at the light just to send it to you. And what about for people who build communities, what they call cultivators? Well, for them, there are systems that actually reward you for bringing in quality people, folks who genuinely engage, instead of just spamming invites to grow numbers. It's about growing a community based on real contribution. And yeah, for all you gamers and competitors out there, this gets really fun. You've got strategy games and prediction markets where it's all about your skill. Since every single move requires a deliberate little burn, your strategy and your precision matter way more than the size of your crypto bag. So all these little experiments, they're starting to come together to build a totally new kind of digital city, one that's based on meaningful friction, on purpose. And the best part? Right now, the first plots of land are wide open. So you're probably thinking, okay, that's cool, but why should I jump in now? What's in it for me at this super early stage?
Well, the answer brings us right back to our traffic intersection. When's the best time to install the traffic lights? It's before the massive traffic jam hits, right? We all know the chaos and the noise of the last crypto bull market. By joining now, you get to help build the city, shape the culture, and set the rules before that next massive wave of traffic arrives. You're not just showing up as a user, you're getting a chance to be a foundational citizen.
So here it is, the main event. The mFLO platform is officially open right now, and it's looking for its first volunteers, its first citizens, to come participate in these experiments and give feedback from day one. This is your chance to help define what this new kind of city is going to become. In the end, it all comes back to this one powerful, counterintuitive idea. We live in a world that's obsessed with making everything faster, more frictionless. But mFLO is making a really radical argument that by embracing a tiny, meaningful cost, by proving you're willing to stop for just a second, we can actually build systems that are faster, safer, and more trustworthy for every single one of us. It's a pretty wild thought, but you know what? It just might work.